I was on my way to the chess club earlier with her, and then we were about to cross the street, and I saw Eric Rosen, who was there, and he looked relatively okay to me. But then I asked him, like, I said, are you okay? Everything okay? And then he spoke to me, and he basically told me the news that Daniel Naroditsky is no longer with us. I don't know any of the specific details. I don't want to speculate or anything like that about this, but Dania is gone. So yeah, obviously very, very sad. But I was thinking to myself, having heard that news, I wasn't intending to stream today, but I was thinking that, on a day like today, and this day, unfortunately, it reminds me a lot of a day back in 2020. There was this it was July of 2020. I remember this very, very vividly. Someone who I knew very well at the time passed away, a streamer by the name of Reckful, and so it's kind of like what today feels like. And I just felt like I'd rather stream, have the opportunity to try and at least talk about Dan, all the great things that he did for chess during a short life. So yeah, I apologize in advance, of course, if I'm fairly speechless and I'm not all together today. So, but I thought that it would be good. We will, of course, cover the U.S. Championship, but if people have game recommendations, you want me to do like some analysis of the games, go over his great games, talk about some of the great moments, some of the that we had. Of course, I would. I'm open to that. So, yes. Yeah. So anyway, reading the chat, of course, you guys. I don't know anything specifically. And even if I did, even if someone were to tell me, like, someone in Charlotte were to tell me, it wouldn't be my place to say something. So. Yes. What happened to Danny? Yes. So, for everyone who's just tuning in and wondering why I'm so emotional, it's because I found out some news right before the game was about to start in St. Louis that Daniel Naroditsky is no longer with us. He's no longer alive. He's gone. He's dead. At only 29 years old. So, yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. As I said, I wasn't intending to stream today, but ultimately I decided to because I felt like I was thinking about Dania, and one thing that he really loved was he loved streaming. He loved trying to be educational for like the 2,000 people who would always watch his streams late at night. He was someone who tried to do what he could for the chess community. Now, I could be very negative and talk about certain things, but I don't really feel like that's appropriate either at the moment. I'm sure plenty of the people on the internet are going to have plenty to say on that topic, but ultimately, I just felt like streaming, felt like being with you guys, giving those fans of Daniel, all the people who loved his chess, loved his content, loved everything he did during his short life, place to talk, and